Welcome back to Speed St Lucia. We're here with Marvin, the guru of most of the mechanical and Subarus in St Lucia, I should say. Marvin, welcome to the show. Tell us, how did you get this accolade and this title that everybody's been speaking about, bro?
Let me just first say thanks for inviting me to this interview. I started a very long time ago when I was probably about the age of 10. I used to work with my grand uncle, but back in those days we pretty much work on trucks. And if you pretty know what Bedford trucks and Ford trucks and so forth.
Yeah, my grandfather had a couple of them.
I pretty much fell in love with the trade at an early age. And I did pursue my studies at Southwest Community College, where I obtained an associate degree in automotive technician. And from there it was just smooth sailing. I worked at Cable & Wireless as a technician for a number of years before I pursued my bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, with my thesis being done in transportation. Yeah. So it pretty much led me to where I am today, where it's been said, I'm not going to call it, it's been said that whenever it comes to Subarus, that everybody should seek my advice or call me for assistance when needed. It is plain and simple. An engine will always remain an engine no matter what vehicle you have, because it goes through the same process. Whether it's flat, whether it's round, whether it's longitudinal, whatever it is, it goes through the same process. An Impreza. And so most of my research and most of my findings when I was studying, I actually put it into Gary's car.
Ooh.
So we would, do certain modifications, and we would pretty much compare the results with what it's supposed to be on the international market, because in St Lucia we kind of limited to the amount of stuff that we can do down there. And yeah, so he actually gave me the opportunity to work on his car and to prove myself, knowing that I actually did a lot of research in that. And I must say his car is one of one of the best working Subarus.
It is one of the best
working Subarus on the island, because we actually put a lot of research and we put a lot of time into it. So he gave me the opportunity. We did what we were supposed to do, and we did it properly, if I should say. And as a result, this car really works. And I must say, most times I look at this car and I am actually afraid of driving it, knowing what it can do. So yeah, I did myself had my own.
Oh yes, I was just about to ask you.
My own car as well.
Your history of.
But my work into my personal car pretty much wasn't that intense or to that extent as of Gary. So I would pretty much do certain things on my car, minimal, to get a certain outcome. And I remember back when we had the drag wars, my car was pretty much one of the fastest stock car back in that time. With a consistent time of 12.5, 12.4, 12.8 thereabout. I mean, driving that car, and not only driving it, but knowing the car, knowing what your peak torque is, knowing what your peak horsepower is, and exactly how to drive that car, makes that car go fast. A lot of person thinks when you rev the car to high RPM, you actually get the required power output. That's not true. So my personal car, like I said, it was just a little notch below Gary's level. But understanding and driving that car.
A wild
made
raptor
that car.
appears.
So you're telling me that at this moment we have a Ford guy at the back there trying to disturb our interview. Okay? We will get to you. We will get to you. We will get to you. So tell us, you had give us a little history on your.
Alright, so first I bought a two-door GC8 Type R, and I did some minimal modifications to it, and unfortunately it crashed. Yeah, so it crashed, and after that I asked my good friend Ezra Moise to find me a shell or to find me a car that is somewhat similar to my two-door, which is a limited edition. We couldn't find a two-door because it was rather expensive. So we did find a four-door, and I did all the transformation on that car. Meaning that we actually gutted out the car. We brised the chassis because we didn't want any chassis roll. We modified the engine, especially the bottom end. The bottom end is fully forged, and the top end, what we did was to do a little bit of pot and polishing, clean the valves, and some minimal work to the top end. The exhaust system was customized from a 3-inch downpipe all the way down to the catback. The suspension was upgraded. The brakes was upgraded as well. I think we did every bit of upgrade that you can find.
In terms of what you want.
In terms of what I want from the car. What I was looking for really and truly is that that driver center control differential. That is kind of limited to some of those cars. And I actually have that in that four-door, which makes it kind of unique. I think it's only one of a kind.
Yeah, for that version.
For that version. And that is the true enjoyment of that car, meaning that I can make the car rear-wheel drive and then make it front-wheel drive and then make it all-wheel drive, and that's the beauty. And that's what I love about that car.
All right. So, in terms of the stigma around Subarus, people believe that they are rubbish vehicles. People have a lot of things to say about them. They're not reliable. What would you say to our viewers?
All right, so here's one, and I will summarize that very quickly. Can you stand on one leg and walk on one leg? It's rather impossible. True. Subaru is one of the most balanced engine that you can find, and meaning that if you remove the transmission or the gearbox, that's the only engine that will sit horizontal and sit flat. Any other vehicle, you remove the transmission, it will tilt on the side. Meaning that Subaru is very balanced. And from an engineer standpoint, you would want to appreciate balance.
True.
Right? And for reliability, I would say Subaru are the most reliable engines on the island. What happens to Subaru is that persons forget that you have to service, or you forget you have to change the part, because really and truly, unless the Subaru engine isn't stopped, you would not want to service it. So for persons to say it's not reliable, I think it's just a myth. All vehicles are reliable, depends on how you, the operator, uses it.
So if somebody wanted to build a vehicle like yours, I mean, because we have a lot of young enthusiasts, and I'm sure you get a lot of people coming to you and asking you for advice. Even myself, I have my time. What is the advice that you give to them in terms of a build like yours? I'm not speaking about any other build, I'm saying about a build like yours.
Pretty much, if you want a build like mine, you need to ensure that you have a budget in mind. Because anybody that is modified cars or your car enthusiast, then your budget needs to be
very
high. Yeah. I mean, it's a very expensive sport, I always say to persons, but you need a plan. Okay, you need a plan. You need to know what you want. Do you want the car for drag racing, or do you want a daily driver where you can actually enjoy? For a build like mine, I may cost a couple of thousand. I'm not gonna say. If I'm serious, yeah. But it's the passion. It's the passion that actually drives me, and I will say it doesn't stop. Once you're in there, there's no stopping.
Yeah. And you only want to go and go. And
You also,
go
yes,
and go.
you will always want to go and go. But the tipping point is, and I will always say, when it's enough. Everybody wants one more horsepower. Everybody wants one more PSI. But one more PSI sometimes is very detrimental
To everybody.
to everybody.
So, with that, guys, if you want to see Gideon, he works at the South Louis Community College. He's always here. If you need any advice on any vehicle, not just Subaru,
Not just Subarus, yeah.
he works on any other vehicle.
Yeah, any other vehicle. Like I said, I mean, an engine is always an engine.
So,
So once you understand the concept, it remains.
so, thanks for watching. See you on the next episode. We have a Ford for you next episode, so just be ready.